Hi guys, my name is Siddharth and I'm going to be teaching you guys guitar. So for this week's guitar lesson on quarantine learning, I decided to start teaching a few fingering techniques, and what we're going to start off with, the first major finger exercise that we have for the classical guitar is scales. So scale is pretty much a progression of notes of usually 8 notes long from one octave to the other octave. So it moves from all the notes in between two notes that make up an octave, like for example a C and another C, a low C and a high C. The notes that make up that act as intervals between these octaves, we play those, and that makes up a scale. So for example, for this week we're gonna focus on the most basic scale for the guitar, which is the C major scale. So a C major scale is played like this. And then descending, that was ascending. You're moving from the lowest note to the highest note. And now we're going to go all the way from the highest note back down to the lowest note. So in our scales that we're going to play, we're going to try and play both descending and ascending scales. So we're going to start off, so this is how it's supposed to sound. So that is our descending and ascending C major scale. And so we're going to learn in depth how to play the scale. So what we're going to start off by doing is we're going to go to the 5th string of the guitar, go to the 3rd fret, and play this. That's a C. That's the first note. And then what we're going to do after that is play the open 4th string and the 2nd fret, and the 3rd fret on the 4th string after that, and then the open 3rd string, and then the 3rd string with the 2nd fret, and the 2nd string, and now the 2nd string with the 1st fret. That's a C. So we'll work our way up from the low C to the high C. So the whole scale goes. So after working your way up, when you're going ascending all the way up to the highest note, then descending back down. So what we're gonna play, so now playing the actual scale, that's one part of it. But really to focus on the right hand techniques that are involved in the scale, that's a completely different other thing. So in our first class, I believe, we learned the 5 fingers for the classical guitar that we use with our right hand. We have P, which is your thumb, I, which is your index, M, which is your middle finger, A, which is your annular ring finger, and then you have C or E, which is your pinky finger. So we very rarely use our pinky finger, but we're going to use all these other fingers for now. In fact, these 3 fingers for this pattern. So the first pattern we're going to do is I am alternating fingering. So it goes. So we're gonna go I am, and all the way back down. Okay, and that's the first fingering that I want you guys to practice. The second one, instead of an I am fingering, is an MI fingering, which is pretty much the same thing but in the alternate pattern. So it would go I am, yeah, I'll just play it once more. So that's the pattern that we're going to be playing. And now the last pattern which you're going to be playing is the IA pattern. So that's your index finger and your annular finger, or ring finger, that alternating. So that pattern is going to sound like I, A, I, A, I, A, I, A. And now we're going to go all the way back down with that same pattern. So those 3 patterns are what I want you guys to work with over the course of the week. And I will see you guys next week whenever your lessons are. I, for those of you who have not, who are actually not in my classes, I would suggest you to register at quarantinelearning.weebly.com, and you can register for guitar as well as a multitude of other classes as well. Have a great week, guys, and I will see you next week during our lesson.